AITAH for how I turned down an affair with coworker and refusing to quit my job. I 43 don't even know how I ended up here. I didn't cheat. I didn't flirt. I didn't even entertain the idea. And somehow I'm still the bad guy. I've been married to my wife 45F for almost 2 decades. We've got 3 kids, a decent life, and until recently I thought we were good. Not perfect, but solid. A few months ago we got a new coworker at the office, let's call her Emily, 34F. She's smart, good at her job, super outgoing, and yeah, kinda flirty. I'm not oblivious. I noticed it, but I never played into it. I kept things professional. We talk about shows, joke around, sometimes text about work stuff, nothing over the line. Until one night, out of nowhere, she sends me this picture. It wasn't full-on naked, but it was definitely racy. Lingerie, sultry pose, caption like, just in case you're ever bored at home, winking face. My jaw hit the floor. I instantly texted back, told her that was wildly inappropriate, that I'm married and I'm not interested in any kind of affair. I shut it down cold. Next morning, I told my wife. Full honesty. I showed her the message, told her how I responded. At first, she laughed it off, even made a joke about how I still got it. I thought we were good. But later that night, she went through my phone while I was asleep. She didn't find anything flirty from me, but she found our old messages, me and Emily joking about dumb stuff, shows, casual banter. Innocent, but I get how it might look. My wife got quiet. Then angry. She said she didn't like how friendly we were, said it looked like I was enjoying the attention, like if Emily kept pushing, I might have caved. I tried to explain it wasn't like that. That I love her, that I told Emily to back off, that I'd never cheat. I even said if things were that bad between us, I'd divorce you first before I ever cheated. But it didn't help. She brought up the past. 10 years ago, I hit a low point, lost my job, got depressed, couldn't get out of bed. She separated from me back then. Said she couldn't deal with the darkness. I fought my way out of that hole, got a job, turned things around. She came back. Things were better. But I never forgot how quickly she left. And now? She wants me to quit my job. She says if I respect her, I'll leave and cut Emily out completely. But I'm not quitting. I'm not risking our livelihood and my stability, especially not for something I didn't do. I told her that, and now she thinks I'm protecting Emily. I'm not. I'm protecting myself. So yeah, I told my wife I'm not quitting. She didn't take it well. I get that emotions were running high, but she looked at me like I just confessed to having a full-blown affair. She said if you cared about this marriage, you'd walk away from that job without thinking twice. I told her I do care, but I also care about our stability. Rent's not gonna pay itself. And more importantly, I'm not gonna throw away my career over a what if. I reminded her again, nothing happened. I never flirted, never crossed the line, never even thought about cheating. One weird photo from a coworker doesn't undo 20 years of loyalty. But somehow in her mind it does. She said that if roles were reversed and some dude sent her a dick pic, I'd blow up. Maybe. I don't know. But the difference is I didn't hide it. I told her. I didn't delete anything, didn't try to cover it up. I shut it down and came clean. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? She kept saying, you just want to keep seeing her every day. That's what this is really about. It pissed me off. Like, deeply. I told her flat out, if you're gonna divorce me over a line I didn't cross, then do it. But I'm not going to let you drag me back to the worst version of myself. I'm not quitting. If I quit and then can't find another job for months, you'll resent me. Or worse, you'll leave again. That part hit a nerve. She froze. Her face dropped. And she said, you're never going to let me live that down, are you? No. I'm not. She walked away once when things got hard. I clawed my way back from that alone. And now she wants me to jump off a cliff again just to prove I might not have feelings for some woman? I'm not risking it. Not again. We argued for hours. It got ugly. She accused me of emotionally cheating, whatever that means. She said I humiliated her, made her feel insecure, that the fact another woman even thought she had a chance with me means I must have been sending signals. I told her I'm not entertaining this anymore. That I've said everything I can say. That I love her, I chose her, I'm loyal, but I'm not quitting my job and falling into a financial hole just to ease her anxiety. If she wants to leave, then leave. But I won't be broke and alone again. She left the room after that. Hasn't really talked to me since. The tension in the house is brutal. And the worst part? I still feel like I did the right thing. But it doesn't matter. To her, I already cheated. It's been a few days since the big blow-up. And let me tell you, the silence is worse than the yelling. At least when we were yelling, I knew what she was thinking. Now, she walks past me like I'm just some stranger renting space in her house. I've been sleeping on the damn couch while she stays locked in our room. Our kids haven't noticed much, thank God. We've been playing the fake happy game pretty well. But every night after they go to bed, it's Cold War. No talking, no eye contact, just the low hum of her disappointment filling the air. Last night, I walked in on her sitting at the dining table, just staring at a manila folder. When I asked what it was, she looked me dead in the eyes and said, just exploring my options. Yeah. Divorce papers. My heart sank. Not because I didn't see it coming, but because it just felt so final. Like this whole thing spiraled from a single damn text and now she's talking lawyers. I asked her if she was seriously ready to burn our whole marriage down because some woman got inappropriate and I said no. She said it wasn't about the picture anymore. It was about the fact that she doesn't feel safe in this marriage. That she's scared one day I will cheat. that I've become emotionally distant and too comfortable in our relationship. I wanted to scream. I wanted to shake her and say, "Are you listening to yourself? I've worked myself to the bone for this family. I've stayed loyal. I've been transparent. I've been a husband. And yet here I am, sleeping on a couch while she fantasizes about tearing it all apart." She brought up my depression again. Said the way I talk now, how cold I get when I'm angry, reminds her of that time. That part hurt more than anything. Because the truth is I am guarded now. I do hold back. Because when I let myself fall apart, she left. I told her I'm not doing that again. That I learned my lesson. That being vulnerable nearly ruined me once and I won't risk it again, not for her, not for anyone. And maybe that was the wrong thing to say. But it's honest. She asked me again, one last time, if I'd quit the job. I said no. And she just nodded, looked back down at the folder, and said, "Then I guess we're done here." But she hasn't filed anything. Not yet. I don't know if she's bluffing or waiting for me to change my mind. But I meant what I said. If she wants to go, she can go. I won't stop her. But I won't be left jobless and broken just to maybe win her trust back. She finally said it out loud. I think I want a divorce. No yelling, no tears, just flat. Like she'd already mourned the end of us before I even knew we were done. I didn't react right away. I think part of me was still expecting her to take it back. You know that split second where your brain tries to pretend someone didn't say what they just said? That was me. Just sitting there, blinking at her like an idiot. I asked her, "So that's it? 18 years, 3 kids, and we're done because I didn't cheat?" She said, "No, we're done because I don't believe you won't." Not anymore. That stung more than I expected. I know trust is fragile, I get that, but I didn't lie. I didn't cross a line. I told her the truth. I handled the situation like a grown-ass man trying to protect his marriage. And now that honesty's being used against me, she started laying it all out. How she's felt emotionally disconnected from me for years. How she's been carrying the emotional load of the relationship while I've just been functioning. That she stuck around after the depression but she doesn't feel loved anymore, just tolerated. That part hit me. I won't lie. Because she's not entirely wrong. After that breakdown years ago, I changed. I had to. I couldn't afford to feel that deeply again. I became practical. Focused on work, the kids, keeping everything afloat. And somewhere along the way, yeah, maybe I stopped showing affection like I used to. But I thought we understood each other better than needing constant words or touch. I thought we were past that stage. Guess I was wrong. But what really pissed me off was when she said, "You're so scared of being left again, but you don't realize you're pushing me out." That was it. The irony hit me like a truck. She left once. When things were hard. When I needed her most. And now I'm the bad guy for not trusting her with my vulnerability? I told her, "I'm not quitting my job. I'm not begging you to stay. I'm not doing this guilt trip anymore. If you want to leave, leave. I'm not going to stop you. But don't rewrite the story and make me the villain." She just stared at me for a moment, then quietly said, "Maybe we were already over and just didn't know it yet." And with that she walked upstairs and shut the door. Now I'm sitting here on the couch again. It's late. The house is silent. I don't know what happens next. She hasn't filed anything. But I feel it, something's cracked and it's not going to go back to the way it was. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's the start of something better. Or maybe I'll lose everything all over again. But I'm not breaking this time. The silence was unbearable after that last talk. A different kind of silence. Not anger, not grief, just finality. Like when you walk out of a theater and the credits are still rolling, but the movie's over. The next morning, I woke up and saw a suitcase by the door. She was in the bedroom folding clothes, and when she heard me, she said, "I'm going to stay at my sister's for a few days." She said it like she was announcing the weather. Calm. Matter of fact. Not a threat, not a plea for me to stop her. Just a decision. I didn't try to talk her out of it. I just nodded and said, "All right." She looked surprised for a second. Like she expected a fight. Maybe she wanted one. But I didn't have it in me. I'm tired, man. Not just tired of arguing, tired of defending my character for something I didn't even do. She kissed the kids goodbye, told them she had to help Aunt Melissa with something. Then she left. And that was it. I stood in the doorway watching her car disappear down the street, and all I could think was, this isn't how it was supposed to go. I did the right thing. I was honest. I shut down the temptation. I told her the truth. I protected my marriage. But none of that mattered. What mattered to her was what could have happened. What she feared might happen. What she imagined in her head. And I can't fight ghosts. Since she left, I've been going through the motions. Work, kids, laundry. Emily hasn't said a word to me since I shut her down, thank God. No drama there. I made it clear that boundary wasn't ever gonna be crossed. But the damage is already done at home. The weirdest part? I don't even feel angry anymore. I just feel numb. Disappointed mostly. I know I wasn't the perfect husband and maybe I could have done more to make her feel secure, loved, appreciated, but I thought we had something stronger than this. I thought we'd built something that could survive outside forces. Apparently not. I don't know if she's coming back. She hasn't filed anything yet. No lawyers, no papers, not yet. But I think she's waiting to see if I'll cave. If I'll quit my job to prove something. But I won't. Because if my loyalty, honesty, and transparency aren't enough to earn her trust, then quitting won't fix anything. It'll just make me unemployed and alone. And between the two, I'd rather just be alone. It's been 3 months. She never came back. No dramatic fight, no last-minute hugs in the rain. Just a few texts here and there about the kids, logistics, and bank stuff. She's been staying at her sister's, slowly moving pieces of her life out of the house. At this point, it's more or less official even if no one said the actual D word again. She hasn't filed yet. Maybe she's waiting for me to make the move. Maybe she's hoping time apart will make me cave. But I haven't. And I won't. I stayed at my job. I still show up every day, do the work, come home. The tension with Emily disappeared completely after I confronted her. She's kept things professional ever since. Honestly, it's like that whole thing never happened. And I'm grateful for that. But at home? Everything's changed. I've gotten used to the quiet now. I tuck the kids in, clean up the kitchen, fold the laundry. The rhythm of being a single parent is strange, but it's not impossible. The house feels bigger than it used to. Colder sometimes. But there's also peace. Not constant suspicion, not walking on eggshells, not second-guessing every word I say or every smile I give someone at work. I've had time to think. About my marriage, about the past, about who I became after my depression and who I've been trying to be since. And I realized something. I spent years building a shell around myself, not to push her away, but to survive. And maybe I failed at showing love the way she needed. Maybe she was waiting for warmth and I was just trying to stay upright. But even then, I never stopped choosing her. Every day. Every decision. I stayed loyal even when it was hard. Even when someone else made it easy not to be. But for her, that wasn't enough. She needed something I couldn't give anymore: blind vulnerability. Total surrender. And I'm sorry, but I won't give that to someone who once left me when I was at rock bottom. So now here we are. It didn't end with a bang. No cheating, no scandal, no betrayal. Just mistrust, resentment, and two people who couldn't figure out how to forgive the past. Sometimes that's all it takes to break a marriage. I still don't know if I'm the asshole. Maybe I am. Maybe being honest wasn't enough. Maybe refusing to quit my job was the nail in the coffin. But I'd rather be the asshole who stood his ground than the one who gave up everything and still got left. At least now, I know I'm standing on my own terms.